Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are peeling back the curtain on a professional regulatory report. Why? Because it gives us a fascinating inside look at the strategy behind creating a really complex, all-in-one women's health supplement. We're going to deconstruct the entire playbook, from the initial idea all the way to their launch plans. So, here's how we'll break it down. We'll start with the problem they're trying to solve. Then we'll really dig into the nitty-gritty of the formula itself, how the ingredients work together, the surprising cost savings, and finally, where they plan to take this thing in the future. Okay, so right from the get-go, the document zeroes in on a huge pain point for a lot of health-conscious women. They even give it a name, pill fatigue. And this is the question that really frames their entire strategy. Before they even mention a product, they're focused on this real-world, everyday challenge that their customer is facing. And the answer they found in their market analysis? Get this, a staggering 8 to 12 different bottles. Just try to picture that for a second. All of those bottles cluttering up your counter every single morning. It's a lot. And this, right here, is the key insight that drives their whole strategy. The real problem they're solving isn't just about nutrition. It's about the cost, the complexity, and just the sheer daily hassle of juggling that many different pills. So you've identified the problem. Now how do you solve it? Well, their proposed solution is designed to be a super direct and honestly a pretty powerful answer to that whole supplement burden. And here it is. Their answer is a product called LadyMag. But the strategy is to position it as way more than just another supplement. It's a complete replacement, a single daily drink designed to make up to a dozen of those other bottles totally obsolete. Now, this is where the formula itself gets really, really clever. See, it's engineered for maximum impact. And it's not just about what ingredients are inside. It's about how much of each ingredient they've managed to pack in. So here's the tactic. They're using the absolute maximum allowable dose for key ingredients based on what the National Pharmaceutical Regulatory Agency, or NPRA, permits. The goal here isn't just to sprinkle an ingredient in so you can list it on the label. It's to dose it at the highest approved level to get real, tangible results. And you can see that strategy playing out right here. Just look at the magnesium, the vitamin B6, the selenium. They're all pushed right up against their legal upper limits. This is a very deliberate choice to create what's essentially a therapeutic level formula, something way more potent than your average everyday multivitamin. But of course, high doses don't mean much if your body can't actually absorb them. And that's why the report really emphasizes bioavailability. For instance, choosing magnesium glycinate is a specific tactical move. It's a form that the body can use incredibly effectively, and it does so without the digestive issues that other forms of magnesium can sometimes cause. Smart. Okay, but the strategy goes even deeper than just high doses. The report puts a huge emphasis on this idea of synergy, the concept that these ingredients were chosen specifically to work together, making their combined effect way greater than the sum of their parts. So for mood and calmness, for example, this specific group of 5 ingredients wasn't picked out of a hat. They are designed to work like a team, all pulling in the same direction to support relaxation and mental well-being far more powerfully than any one of them could on its own. And the synergistic approach also lets them target some very specific health issues. For example, by combining that high-dose magnesium with a max dose of vitamin B2, the formula offers some really solid evidence-based support for people who suffer from migraines. And it's the exact same principle for cognitive support. You've got another team of nutrients here, magnesium, B vitamins, and zinc, all grouped together to work towards that common goal of supporting memory and healthy brain function. And to really drive this point home, the report pulls out some pretty powerful evidence. They cite this compelling finding from a major UK study that directly links higher magnesium intake to better long-term brain health. It adds a ton of credibility. So we've got a potent, synergistic formula. But that's only half the story, right? The other huge pillar of their strategy is the value proposition. It all comes down to the argument for cost and convenience. The strategy starts by framing the daily experience as a really simple choice. On one hand, you have a pleasant, easy-to-make drink. On the other, you've got the hassle of sorting and swallowing a whole handful of 10 to 20 pills every single day. But honestly, the most powerful comparison is the cost. I mean, when you actually look at the monthly expense of buying all these ingredients separately versus just getting the all-in-one formula, the difference is just dramatic. It's not even a fair fight. And here's the bottom line. The report calculates a potential monthly saving of up to 862 Malaysian ringgit. I mean, that kind of saving makes this all-in-one approach an incredibly powerful financial argument for any consumer. Finally, the strategy doesn't just stop with the formula as it is today. The report lays out a really clear and pretty ambitious roadmap for what they want to do next. Their path forward is this very careful, phased approach. So step one is to get that higher status NPRA registration. That's what unlocks the ability to make credible health claims. From there, they launch through major online and pharmacy channels to start gathering real-world user data. And that data then becomes the proof they need to secure grants for future growth. You can see how each step just logically builds on the last one. So after breaking down this entire internal strategy, we're kind of left with this big question. Is this kind of high-dose, synergistic, all-in-one approach the future? Does it signal a fundamental shift in what we, as consumers, should start expecting from the world of personal nutrition?